William, you want to read this?
Namo Fundamental Teacher Shakyamuni Buddha. Namo Fundamental Teacher Shakyamuni Buddha. Namo Fundamental Teacher Shakyamuni Buddha. The unsurpassed, deep, profound, subtle, wonderful Dharma in 100,000 million eons is difficult to encounter. Now that I have come to receive and hold it within my sight and hearing, I vow to fathom the thus come one's true and actual meaning.
Okay. Before we do the the teaching, we do the 1 minute meditation. I think it's good to have a good habit like this. William, can you would you remind me when I forget?
Oh, okay. To do meditation at the beginning?
I think that will be the good thing to do.
Okay. I will.
Okay. So basically, it's for the new people. So when we do the meditation, basically we keep our back straight, our neck straight, close our eye, and you inhale and exhale. You count one, inhale and exhale. You count two, don't hold your breath, and let's do it naturally, as much as you can. Maybe at the beginning you could not be able to do that naturally. You can use your inhale and exhale to you can guide your inhale and exhale. When we see our monkey mind, do not follow the monkey mind. You come back your inhale and exhale. You keep counting. If you lose track of your counting, you can stop from one. So start out with every time we do, just start out with 1 minute, and from there, when you master it, you can increase. Okay, all right. Let's do meditation. One, two, three. Okay, all right. It's good. Okay. That's quick. So we can. Okay, now we continue on our study. So, yeah. So last time we stopped right here somewhere. Okay, this is where we stop, right? Okay, so basically, we already know that our consciousness create the Buddhist cosmology, right? It's from the consciousness level, right? William?
Yes.
So because the Alaya consciousness, that means the number 8, the one that ring with us, the power of the karma we pray in many past life, and plus the consciousness of the current consciousness that will go with it, and the combination of the two will create the our body and also our environment. That's what the Buddhist cosmology is about. About we have in heaven we have 3 realms total. That the desire realm, the form realm, and the formless realm. The desire realm, that means we have in heaven we have 6 desire have 6 heaven. realm related to the desire, and also include a human, include asura, that means semi-god, include animal, include hungry ghost, and also include the hell, right? And in the form realm, the first meditation state, we have three. The second also have three. The third state of the meditation also have three. The last one, the fourth one, is we have four. The total is 13, 13 of that. And plus the five heaven realm relate for the third state of Arahat, that is the non-return Arahat state, that is the Holy One. In the form, we do also have the Holy One live there, but all the that means, and also we have the formless. We have four heaven realm. We learned all these things already in the Buddhist cosmology. So I just bring it up again. So you, so I just give you briefly. The more we go up, the more lifespan it will be longer, and the height of the being is also higher. And when we're talking about long and high, we're talking about different by a couple 100 billion years. We don't talking about in terms of million years. When in the form realm, that is the huge difference. Um, and in the even though the one in the formless realm, they still not yet enlightened. Okay, therefore in the form realm, the last five heaven for the non-return Holy One, it's no one can see them. No one can be able to see them, but they can see others. Because what does that mean? That means if the one who not enlightened cannot see the enlightened one. That make sense? William?
So the non-returners, no one can see them.
Right.
I mean, so even if in this lifetime, say, John, not John here, let's do Bob, achieves that state of no return.
Mm-hmm.
But you could still see him until his
No,
body dies.
I'm talking about the constant level, the level, not the physical body.
So after
You cannot see their mind. You cannot read their mind, but they do read our mind.
yes, okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, so for people who have the ability to read mind,
Right.
they couldn't locate those beings. They couldn't.
Actually, the one in the formless, or the one in the second or the third or the fourth meditation state, they do read mind as well, but they cannot read the one who enlightened.
Okay.
Okay, because they are not there yet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anyway, let's go back here. Therefore, and we already learned about that. I will walk you through later on relate to that part. Okay. But they still not enlightened. Only the one is the fourth state of Arahat. They are enlightened, beside the Bodhisattva and Buddha, right? Okay. And in Buddhism, when we're talking about the Buddhist cosmology, we're talking about this. You know what? That is also a good idea. Let me open the cosmology that will give you the overview. It's quickly. I think it's Buddhist cosmology here. You are looking at that PowerPoint right now, right?
Yes, I'm still going through it. I think I'm about maybe right around halfway, maybe a little bit more.
Okay. Anyway, okay. Okay, that's good. Okay, I do cosmology here. Buddhist cosmology right here. I just want to give you briefly. Well, in general, you know that in the death and rebirth cycle, there are 6 realms, right? That means the heaven, right? That is related to God realm. Heaven, that means we're talking about the desire realm, form realm, and formless realm. They still consider the heaven, okay? The next one is the human, right? And the next one is the animal realm. And the hungry ghost realm, actually it's a human, then to Asura. Asura, that means the semi-god. When they still in the human, right? In the human realm, they also do a lot of good deeds. But you know what? They still have they still have the anger. They always get angry, and they always want to compete with each other. Therefore, when they die, go to the Asura realm. They have the same blessing with the God realm, but they do not have the same power with the God realm. Does that make sense? So, the animal realm is well, the human realm is basically it's for the one who uphold the 5 precepts in general: no killing, no stealing, no sexual misconduct, no no lying, and no use any intoxicant. Uh, uh, that means alcohol or drug or whatever, right? Um, for the animal realm, the one who do not obey the law, that means we don't go by book, we don't go by law. That means this is called the jungle law, right? It's acted like the animal. For example, the one who work for the government, right? They don't go by the constitution, even though the country have the constitution. They fully corrupted. They rivalry, they abuse power, they steal the money from the government, right? Though is where they go. And also sometimes when we in human, when we have when we use the public money, and we use a lot of public money for the personal. And when we die, we will become the animal like us, uh, uh, kangaroo or whatever. They have to work very heavy. They have to load the heavy stuff every day to repay to the public. Okay. The hungry ghost mean it's in the human being, right? When they in the human being, they are very greedy, and they rich, but they are very greedy, and they are very selfish. They are very stingy. Let's say that let's say a homeless come to them and begging, right? Yeah, if you don't give to them, it's okay. You can just walk away. But you know what? Instead of do that, they give the rock the rotten food, or they also cursing the homeless. Or this karma put them into this hungry ghost. Um, and hell, that means it's when we kill people, and especially we kill the parent, we harm the Holy One, the Enlightened One. or when we cut the when we destroy the Sangha community, all those things, and also we the serial killer is also informed here. So they are here. They will be in the hell for that. Good. Yeah. Oh, okay, okay. Anyway, sorry. So that, and in here we also see that for the, and also include the human, right, on this diagram here, but they are in 4 different type of birth, right? That means born by wound, born by age, born by mature, birth by transformation. Okay. These are 4 type of birth, and we learned about this already. So I don't want to spend too much time. Let me go through this quickly here. Okay. This is the general, so we understand this here. In the design realm, right? You know that the mundane realm of consciousness, that is the human and the design realm. First round, 5 destiny of hell, being hungry ghost, animal, asura, human, and 6 desire heaven, portion of the destiny of the God. Okay, the world of the mystery. Okay, anyway, all right. Let me go through here. Let me quickly go through here. Good. So in this is the first level of the heaven, right? We call the heaven of the 4 kings. So one day in the heaven equal to 50 years in the human, 50 human year. The height is 750 feet, right? They live for 500 heaven year. It means 9 million years. This is one day in the second heaven. We call it 33 or Chajas Femsa. One day equal to 100 human year. The height is about 1,500 feet. They live for 1,000 heaven years, equal to the 36 million years. And one day in the third one, 200, and the height that much. And the 2,250 feet, and they live for 2,000 years, equal to 144 million years. So the more higher, the more blessing. And you see the big difference in gap. We don't talk about only a few years, 10 years. We're talking a million years, right? And so on. And you see that 3,000, this is equal to 400 days, right? And so this is how you see it. So million, trillion, and trillion. Oh no, billion, I mean billion, okay? One day here equal to 1,600 human years. And this is, we call the first 6 heaven realm. I just want to go through quickly. This is the first dhyana heaven. That means the first meditation form. The height is about 14 miles. That's the height of that being. They live about 300. One middle kappa, they live about 320 billion years. And when they go to the next one, they live about 640 billion years. And they keep going. You see the different very much. This is the first dhyana. Okay. We learned this thing already. And the second, the Yana heaven, that is the second meditation. We see that this is 56 mile for the height, and they live about 2.5 trillion years. That means 2.56 thousand billion years. Okay, you see that they go by. That's a lot. They different by 1,000 billion years. So on and so on. So I just want to quickly go through it. So that I just give you an idea. Okay, just give you an idea. Okay, I think that's good enough. Yeah, but let me briefly go down here to the Asura. Samaru. This is Samaru. Okay, yeah, this is Samaru. The Sakyam, okay, William, go ahead and read this thing.
Shakyamuni Buddha governs the Saha world system, 3,000 great heaven world system. One world system includes 33 planes, desire realm 11, form realm 18, formless realm 4. One Sumeru mountain in the center surrounded by 7 concentric mountain ranges and by 7 concentric seas. One sun and one moon and stars orbit around the Sumeru mountain in the clockwise direction. One small world system equals 1,000 world systems. One middle world system equals 1,000 small world systems. Equals 1,000 times 1,000 equals a million world systems. One great heaven world system equals 1,000 middle world systems or 1 billion world systems. A 3,000 great heaven world system equals 3,000 times 1 billion. It equals 3,000 billion or 3 trillion world systems.
You see, this is the Saha world, not the Sakyamuni Buddha. This is very small when we compare to the 10 direction of the Buddha land. This is very small. Nothing compared to the Amitabha Buddha land. No, nothing. Good. So we're talking about 3,000 billion, 3 trillion, right? World system. Nowadays, the science be able to beside the Earth, they have a lot of planets. So the Buddha already talked about this a long time ago. So from his wisdom. Anyway, let me go back here. Right. Now, and we know that deny the doctrine of creator. That means the Buddha do not accept they are God creator, no such thing called like that. So he replaced with self-doing, self-retribution. We are the one we are the owner of our own action. We are the inherit from our own action, and we are fully responsible for our own action. And we are the karma is the refuge for our own, right? Because inside the mother womb, the power of the karma is the one created fetus. Okay. That means we refuge inside the karma, the action. Okay, all right. Okay, for that much. And we know that the Buddha teaching about the impermanent and selflessness to eliminate this thing, right? To eliminate the one past life and God will and happen without reason. And we let go. I think we already learned some this thing in the past, but it doesn't harm to go back and learn from this thing. All right. Lionel, you want to read this one for me? Lionel.
Yes. Monk, there are these three sectarian guilds that, when cross-examined, pressed for reasons, and rebuked by wise people, even though they may explain otherwise, remain stuck in action. Which three? There are contemplatives and Brahmins who hold this teaching, hold this view. Whatever person experiences, pleasant, painful, or neither pleasant nor painful, is all caused by what was done in the past. There are contemplatives and Brahmins who hold this teaching, hold this view. Whatever a person experiences, pleasant, painful, neither pleasant nor painful, all caused by supreme beings, acts of creation. There are contemplatives and Brahmins who hold this teaching, hold this view. Whatever a person experiences, pleasant, painful, or neither pleasant nor painful, is all without cause and without condition.
Okay.
Having yes.
Can you explain to me what you just said about this? What is this teaching try to teach us here?
These are examples of extreme views.
Hmm.
These they're examples of um, our actions are caused by our past only, or our actions are caused by a supreme being only, or the actions are random, but um, but in reality, it's not um, just one of those things. It's a combination um, of the cause
Yeah.
and condition.
Okay. Uh, Tell me, what do you think about this one? Tell me.
I'm not really sure. I'm still stuck on what you just showed us before. So I'm
Okay,
still
that's good.
thinking about the different heavens. So
Okay, that's okay. That's good. I mean, we have a chance to review.
yeah. Thank you.
Okay, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Uh, uh, let's see. Mm, cô quản lý, what do you think about this?
These are the three what we call views. Just like what Lionel said, the first one is we claim that everything's caused by our past, and then the second one is it's not us, but it's caused by a supreme being, somebody above, created.
That
And
means
then the third
the
one,
creator, that is creator.
right, right. The third one is without cause and without condition, meaning that there is no reason. We just have to accept. We just have to accept it. So there is no way that we would be able to change it, and that is wrong.
William, what harmful if we believe in this word? What kind of harm will we have when we believe in this word?
Well, the motivation towards right action is taken away, because if everything is predetermined by the past, then we have no ability to change it right now because we're not in the past. If everything is because of a supreme being's act of creation, then the only thing we would do is try to pray to that supreme being to ask them to make things the way we wanted them to. We wouldn't take any action to actually make them the way. And then if nothing had any cause, like things are all random, they're not dependent upon causes and conditions, then anything we do doesn't matter anyways, because there's no rhyme or reason to what happens. So we should just do whatever we want to do.
But this compliant with the law of cause and effect?
No.
Okay. 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 Yep, you are that like you said. When we believe in this way, right? There is no motivation for us to do good things. Let's say that in this life we do bad thing, we kill someone, we stealing, we do all evil stuff, right? And we just say that, oh, you know what? That was all this done by because of my bad karma I have done in the past. When we point a finger like that, you know what? That's terrible. And you know what? And even though when we believe that God is the creator and we fully controlled by Him, and whatever we do, even with the evil act, right? Evil deed. If we kill someone, we say that that is the God will. Oh no, God no, there ain't no God will like that, right? So there is no motivation for us to do the good deed. And of course we will not be able to believe in the law of cause and effect, because law of cause and effect is very fair, right? You do good, you will get good thing. If you do bad, you will pay for whatever you have done. But the bad cause does not necessarily lead us to the bad effect. But the good cause does not necessarily lead us to the good effect, because still need depend on what? Depend on the condition, right? We learned about this already. Just like well, if there a boy, right, he was born in the poor family, that means due to his bad cause in the past, and now the result is he born into the poor family. But also at the same time, he create a good condition for himself. He create a good cause for himself. To if he try to study hard, he try to go to school, he try to work hard. At the same time, he help his parents to go through the difficult time, right? But you know what? In the future, he will become, maybe he become a doctor, will become one of the most successful person due to the good condition he prayed in this lifetime. Plus the bad cause, it still give him the good effect, right? But let's say that the other kid, they born into the good family, the rich family, right? That means he have a good cause in the past. But now the parents spoil him, and you know what? He enjoy life so much, and he messed up his life, and he dropped out school, and you know what? He might become homeless, and he become a useless person. See, the good cause plus the bad condition he pray in this lifetime equal to the bad effect. See, the condition component is the most important. That's important. So, okay. Um, and everything in we learn about dependent origination. That means the dependent arising. It means that nothing in this universe, there is no single thing in this universe is stand by itself. It has to depend on one or other in order to establish, to exist. It, there is no a single thing exists by itself without depend on anything in this universe. So due to the Buddha teaching about the dependent origination or condition arising, we understand that therefore this one does not comply to that. And that well done. Okay. Okay, Tammy, go ahead and read the next one for me, please. Having approached.
Having approached the contemplatives and Brahmins who hold that whatever a person experiences, all caused by what was done in the past, is all caused by Supreme Being's act of creation. It is all without cause and without condition. I said to them, is it true that you hold the above teaching and the above view? Thus asked by me, they admitted yes. Then I said to them, then in that case, a person is a killer of living beings because of what was done in the past. A Supreme Being's act of creation, without cause and without condition. A person is a thief and celebrate, a liar, a divisive speaker, a harsh speaker, an idle chatter, greedy, malicious, a holder of wrong views because of what was done in the past. When one falls back on what was done in the past as being essential, amongst there is no desire, no effort at the thought. This should be done, this shouldn't be done. When one can't pin down as truth or reality what should and shouldn't be done, one dwells bewildered and unprotected. One cannot righteously refer to oneself as a contemplative. These were my righteous refutation of those contemplatives and Brahmins who hold to such teachings, such views.
Okay. Does that make sense to you now? Tammy?
Yes, it makes sense. You can't go back on, you can't blame everything on the past because the past conditions, you can change the future conditions. You got to leave the past in the past and move on to the future and create the new karmas.
Mm-hmm. So we are the owner of our own action. We are the owner of our own future. You see, whatever we do, we create our own future. You know, that's important. Okay, that's good. Okay, Thang Thiền, go ahead and read the next one for me.
Yeah, most definitely. These are the three Italian guides that, when cross-examined, press for reason and rebuked by wise people, even though they may explain otherwise, remain stuck in action. But this Dharma taught by me is unrefuted, undefiled, blameless, and not fought by the knowledgeable, contemplative, and Brahmins. And which Dharma taught by me is unrefuted, undefiled, blameless, not fought by knowledgeable, contemplative, and Brahmins. These
Okay.
are the
Okay, that's good. I think it's so basically it's so what do you understand from this?
I think this is what the Brahmin read said. He said, wait, oh, this is what the Buddha said that the Dharma that he taught is unrefuted, undefiled, blameless, and not fought by knowledgeable. So that means his Dharma is not even compared to the way that they learn. The way that they learn is refuted, defiled, blame, and the way that they been holding these views are at fault.
Okay, so basically at the beginning right here, the one who uphold this three view right here, what have done in the past, or it all caused by the supreme being of creation, or it or without cause or without condition, when they uphold those views, whatever the Buddha said, whatever the wise try to teach them, they still not be able to change it. They just hold it, and that's why they stuck with it. Okay, so that we call in Buddhism we call the wrong view. See, when we hold the wrong view, it will very harmful, because you know what, when we have the wrong view we play a very bad karma, and you know the result of the bad karma will lead us to the three evil realm. That means the animal realm, hungry ghost realm, and the hell realm. There is the Buddha say here, let's say that we live for 100 years, right? We live for 100 years. If you don't know Buddhism, that's fine. Then you just live for 100 years, you don't know Buddhism, that's okay. But you do not have the wrong view. Okay. Compared to the one who have a wrong view on the day on one day, that wrong view is it will become the what do you call the disaster for that person. So to compare to the one who lived for 100 years without knowing Buddhism but not wrong view, and with the one who have wrong view on one day, the person who do not know Buddhism for 100 years, they will not fall into the evil realm. But the one who have a wrong view, even with a single day, and they uphold that, and they will not be easily changed, and that will lead them to the three evil realms. Does it make sense to you, Tammy?
Yes, that makes sense.
Yeah, because when we uphold the wrong view, right? Doesn't matter whoever try to help us to get out that, we cannot, we don't want to change. And therefore we call it extreme, very extreme, and very harmful. Okay, that's good. Okay, that. Cô Hoàng Lý, you go ahead and read this. And this is the Buddha, but this Dhamma taught by me, that means by the Buddha. Okay, go on. Cô Hoàng Lý. Are you there?
Sorry, I've been talking to myself.
Uh,
But this Dharma taught by me is unrefuted, undefiled, blameless, not faulted by knowledgeable contemplatives and Brahmins, and which Dharma taught by me is unrefuted, undefiled, blameless, not faulted by knowledgeable contemplatives, Brahmins. There are these 6 properties, 6 media of sensory contact, 18 explorations of the intellect, 4 noble truths is a Dhamma taught by me that is unrefuted, undefiled, blameless, not faulted by knowledgeable contemplative and Brahmins. There are these 6 properties: earth property, liquid property, fire property, wind property, space property, consciousness property. Note, in the Shurang, the Buddha taught 7 properties: earth property, liquid property, wind property, space, view property, consciousness property.
okay, let's stop right here. Okay, what do you understand from here? I think it will be a little bit tough to understand because it's very rich, right?
Yeah. I can catch on with the 4 noble truths.
Okay. Do you know?
can understand.
But do you know why
Property.
the 6th property it's taught by the Buddha is unreputed, undivided, planless, and not faulted? Do you know what does that mean? Why the 6th property? It's not the Dhamma will not be will not, it's not it's unrefuted, it's undivided. Do you know why? The 6th property.
Because it's the truth.
The truth in this, but okay. So basically, this will be the opposite of this tree here. This is what the Buddha tried to teach us, and I will explain to you. Okay. When he talking about the 6th property, right? Earth property, liquid property, that means the water, basically. Fire property, wind property, space property, consciousness property. Oh, William, I think you understand this, right? You do?
This part?
Yeah.
Well, these are, it's awfully similar to the states of matter, where, like we have liquid, solid, gas. Here, obviously, earth, liquid, wind. We have those 3, and then fire kind of is I'm not sure in our classification system right now if fire counts as the fourth state of matter as a plasma. I know lightning does,
Hmm.
but I'm not sure if fire counts. But these are all kind of like classes of phenomena. So like earth property, there are solid things. Liquid property, there are things that flow, but still like will flow downward.
Okay, this is a very beautiful teaching from the Buddha, if you understand it. The difference here, six property and some Sangaram Rama, it's in the seven, in this sutra they have seven, that means include the view property. Let me tell you, six property or seven property represent for the living being and the universe. This is relate to the living being and the Buddhist cosmology. That means living being and environment. Does that make sense so far?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The environment, let's say the non-living being, right? What do we need? What kind of property do we need? We need the earth property, the liquid property, the fire property, the wind property, and the space property. When we plant the tree, right? Or when we plant any plant, well, we have all this property already, but we also need to have a space, right? No space, they will die, right? Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
That means anything we see, the house, the building, the computer, whatever, we do have all this property here. Not the, of course, not the consonant property, only this. I'm talking about the non-living being. I'm talking about the matter, the material. Okay? But why do we need to have the consonant property or the view property? This is more accurate than this one, okay? That's why in this sutra it's more accurate. Because this will, all these properties, the seven property here, it represents for the living being. Living being, that means human, animal, hungry, ghost, whatever, have the heaven being, they do have all the property. Talking about in the five skandha, right? We have form, feeling, perception. We have mental formation and consciousness. The form, that mean the form skandha, it mean that the physical, right? That have the first four property, the first five property. That means the earth, the liquid, the fire, the wind, basically, and the space, right? If the feet is inside the mother body, right? Of course, the body is represented by those properties. That is the physical form. No space. If we do not have the space property, the baby will die inside the mother womb. Right. But in order for the we need to have the mind, right? The mind and the mental. We need to have the view property and the consonant property. And remember, the view property, it belongs to the consonant property. That means we're talking about the alaya consonant. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
This is important. Therefore, when the alaya consonant enter the mother womb, right? And the content inside the alaya consonant, that means because the alaya consonant, it means the storehouse consonant. It stores the power of the karma. And the power of the karma in there, it all mean implicitly mean view property. It will create the fetid body. That's important. Well, when we have the body, that means we have the body, and we call the name and the body and the mind, right? The body and the mind. And when we have the body and the mind, right? The baby come out. That means the sixth the faculty, they contact with the sixth sense object, right? Those things We need to have the view property and the consciousness property. These two together with the other five, it represents for the living being. So when the Buddha teaches about the seven property, this will help us to understand this is the truth, regardless who we are. Well, when the mom gives birth to the baby come out differently, right? Some born with the intelligent, some born with the stupid, right? Some born with the healthy, some born with the unhealthy, some born with a long lip, and some born with a short lip. Some born with the lower class, some born in the high class, some born with the birth defect, right? And some born with the first body. That due to the power of the consciousness, no, the power of the karma we pray in the past, inside the consciousness, Alaya, that create the body. No one give us that. We are the one give us the body. That's why this teaching is not, it's we put it undivided, landless, because the why will not point the finger, this is wrong. Because the why will praise the Buddha teaching. And even though whoever try to fight the fall from this teaching, they will not be able to fight the fall. This is important. That's why simple teaching like this, but we understand it because we learn the consonant only. Therefore, this one makes sense very much. If we do not know about the consonant, we have not learned about that, it's very tough for us to explain in that way. Does that make sense to you, William and Tammy?
Yes.
Tammy, you understand, Tammy?
Yeah, it makes complete sense.
So this is important. This is very important. Rakia, do you understand, Rakia?
Yes, I do.
Okay, that's good. Okay, that's good. I just want to make sure that that is.
I do have one question regarding the view property.
Yeah.
To help me understand it, because you said it was like the vehicle, in part the vehicle for the karma, and would influence the growth of the fetus. So then, do animals also have the view property present?
Yeah, they do. They do.
Okay. So
okay. Let me put it this way. Inside the Alaya consonant, remember we learned about the Alaya consonant. They have the mark division and the view division. Remember?
I do remember the marks division and the view division. Wow. I can't remember the definitions of the marks and the views. I know that it was pretty simple, but I don't remember.
Okay, let me give you the simple explanation so you can understand it. When we see a flower from our eye, right? And you know what? The eye consonant will take a picture of that flower, and it will send to the mind consonant to the nerve. The mind consonant will load into the short-term memory, right? And there's not much detail data in there. And the rose flower, right? Let's say that we read, let me take it back. When we read the book, or we learn about the rose flower from the teacher, the knowledge, right? Let me put it this way. The knowledge about the rose flower, we call the viewing division. Okay? The shape of the flower, that means the size, the color, and of the flower represent for the mark division. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Because when we see, we not only see about the knowledge, we see about the picture too. And those things we divide into two different categories. One is The Mach division is the one being C. The view division is the one, that means the view division is the subject. The Mach division is the object. That means the object viewed by the subject. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Mm. That's why when we, let's say that, when we plant the apple, right, on the soil, right,
Mm-hmm.
we just put on that, that means automatically they have the earth property, liquid property, fire property, and wind property, and the space property already there. But do we need the view property for the plant? We do.
Oh.
You do not have the view property. How do you know how to plant to make the plant to become healthy and you have a good fruit? Does that make sense?
So the plant in the wild doesn't need the view property.
Yeah, the plant itself does not have the view, but the human who do this, they need to use the view property to do the plant.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
The same with the animal. The animal, they have the allergy consonant just like us, no different. All living being. The Buddha have the Dhamma body. And the living being like us have the Buddha nature. We both equal with the Buddha at the Dhamma body. They are no different. Because the Buddha nature, when we're not enlightened, we still, it's called Buddha nature. It's pure just like the Dhamma body. But when we become Buddha, it will transform into the Dhamma body. So the pure nature by itself, they're no different. Either the Buddha or the living being. This is the beautiful teaching from the Buddha, because to the Buddha, there is no high class or low class. We are equal. We have the same level with the Buddha. That's why he wants us to become Buddha like himself. That's why he wants to teach us the Dhamma. Okay. I hope so inside the animal allergy, of course they do have the consonant property, that means the allergy, right? The view property is a part of the allergy. That means the mark division and the view division, right? The view division is already. So the animal know, right? When you harm them, they know that it comes from the view, right? Okay. Any other question? Okay. All right. Okay, it's almost time up. But this is very beautiful teaching. All right, William, go ahead and read this one for me.
All right. There are these 6 media of sensory contact. The eye as a medium of sensory contact, the ear as a medium of sensory contact, the nose as a medium of sensory contact, the tongue as a medium of sensory contact, the body as a medium of sensory contact, the intellect as a medium of sensory contact. There are these 18 explorations for the intellect.
Okay, let's stop right here. Stop right here. Why this is the Dhamma that unreputed, undefined, landless, not faulted. Why this represent that?
Well, because it seems pretty straightforward. It seems very that everyone would agree that we use our eye to contact the visual things we can see, and we use our ears to hear, and our nose to smell, our tongue to taste, the neurons in our skin and our body to feel, and our mind to think, to analyze. So There doesn't appear to be any room to find any fault with that. It seems pretty straightforward.
Yes, but it ain't any significant why the Buddha bring this up. But I did not see anything that he explained. This is important.
Oh, is there any significance why you bring it up? Well, it's part of the bigger picture. I mean, a lot of our thinking is based upon the objects that we've seen and interacting with them. So we've built up um, our whole world, our whole story about the world through being informed by these 6 media of sensory contact.
I think you can go ahead and read the next one. It will explain the first the top one for you.
There are these 18 explorations for the intellect. Seeing a form via the eye, one explores a form that can act as the basis for happiness. One explores a form that can act as the basis for unhappiness. One explores a form that can act as the basis for equanimity. Hearing a sound via the ear, smelling an aroma via the nose, tasting a flavor via the tongue, touching a tactile sensation via the body, cognizing an idea via the intellect, one explores an idea that can act as the basis for happiness. One explores an idea that can act as the basis for unhappiness. One explores an idea that can act as the basis for equanimity.
So why this is important?
Well, yeah, it's very easy to see that, yeah, I could smell something that I like the smell of, it makes me happy. I could smell something that I don't like the smell of, doesn't make me happy, or something that's neutral. And if we don't notice that our unhappiness and our happiness is coming from our response to these senses, well, then we don't really have power to step into equanimity, to practice equanimity. But once we recognize it, then we do have the ability to notice that, well, I'm feeling bad because of the way I'm responding to the sensory input, not because of the sensory input itself, but the way that I'm thinking about it.
Okay, I think it's this will be very good. You remember the model for the Buddhist psychology, right? The contact, the attention, the feeling, the perception, and the volition. That means the action, right?
Yeah.
This is represent for that model. Okay, so basically, when the eye contact the form, right? The mind, that means the intellect, that means the mind, automatically pay attention to the form. Okay, then the feeling will arise, either happy or not happy, right? Or neutral. Due to that, it will affect the perception, that means the thinking. And the thinking, either positive or negative, it will affect the action, right? The volition. This is right here. And also, not only that, when we learn about the eight consciousness, the mana consciousness is the most important. Because the mana consciousness, we have 4 layers, right? We have 4 layers of self. That means self-delusion, self-view, self-pride, and self-love. All the suffering we have in this world come from the mana consciousness. Okay? If we understand that, then we know how to transform the suffering into happiness. That's the whole Buddha, that is the whole idea of the Buddha teaching about. Want us to be happy, don't want us to be suffer. If we understand the truth, we know how to transform. If we do not understand the truth, we do not have wisdom, we don't know how to transform. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay, let's stop right here. John, go ahead and read this one for me, John.
May every living being, our minds as one and radiant flight, share the fruits of peace with heart of goodness, luminous and bright. The people hear and see our hands and heart confined, giving unity. May their minds awake to great compassion and wisdom into joy. May kindness find reward. May all who sorrow leave their grief and pain. May his boundless light break the darkness of the endless night, because our heart is one. This world of pain turn to paradise. May all become compassionate and wise. May all become compassionate and wise.
Thank you. If we don't learn the consonant only, we will not be able to explain the thing we just learned. Okay, and that's good. That's good. Okay, that is beautiful. All right, let's stop this, and we will.